Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into the brand new film, Sitaare Zameen Par. It just landed in theaters June 20th, 2025.
Let's pray.
And you shared a really interesting mix of sources. We've got critical reviews, audience reactions, the works.
Yeah, quite a bit to sift through.
So our mission today is basically to unpack what's making this movie tick. We'll look at the premise, some unexpected criticisms too, and really figure out if it lives up to all the hype.
Especially given its connection to Sitaare Zameen Par, the 2007 classic. It's being called a spiritual successor.
Right, and those comparisons to the Spanish film Champions from 2018 seem pretty strong too. But I think beyond just the surface stuff, we want to explore that core question. Can a film with such a positive message overcome maybe being, well, inspired by other works? Does it feel original enough? Let's get into it.
Okay, so what's fascinating right off the bat is how familiar yet heartfelt the premise feels. You've got Aamir Khan playing this disgraced basketball coach.
Right.
And as part of his community service, seems he had a drunk driving issue, he gets assigned to train a team of individuals with intellectual disabilities.
Right, okay, that setup immediately sounds very familiar. Anyone who's seen Champions.
Exactly. That Spanish film or even the American remake, the plot point is clearly echoed there. It's quite direct.
But the aim seems to be tapping into that emotional vein from Sitaare Zameen Par.
Yeah.
Right, that focus on empathy, inclusion.
Absolutely. And the sources suggest that the deeper connection to Sitaare Zameen Par isn't just the emotion, it's more about how it portrays neurodiversity and maybe integration into society. And it tries to push that conversation forward, especially by featuring actors with disabilities. That gives the message a kind of inherent authenticity, doesn't it?
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. And it sounds like the performances are really where it shines.
That seems to be the consensus. Critics, online reactions, they're all praising Aamir Khan and Genelia D'Souza for bringing, warmth and depth. But the real standouts, the phrase that keeps coming up is the true heroes.
Are the team of actors with disabilities. Many are making their debut, apparently. Just imagine seeing that kind of celebration on screen.
That's powerful. And it seems like that emotional core is really connecting with people. I saw Veer Das called it funny and refreshing.
Yeah, highlighting that sensitive handling of inclusion, maybe moving away from typical Bollywood melodrama.
Right. And Sudhamurti called it an eye-opener, praising how it challenges ideas about normalcy.
Good point.
Even Darshil Safari, from Sitaare Zameen Par, said it made his heart fuller, softer, and happier. And early audience buzz online seems pretty strong emotionally, too, especially loving the message and that special needs cast.
Yeah, that really emphasizes the film's social message. R.S. Prasanna, the director, seems to deliver it with both humor and emotional layers.
Okay, so lots of positive feeling there.
But, as often happens with these big releases, there's definitely another side to it. We should talk about the criticisms.
You're right. Let's get into that because they are quite specific. The biggest one seems to be the storyline being derivative. Yeah, that's the main sticking point for some.
Some reviews are saying it follows Champions so closely, it's almost frame to frame. It's pretty strong language.
Okay.
And it's leading to a bit of a backlash about originality.
And the insight there isn't just, oh, it's a remake. It seems tied to audience expectations, especially for someone like Aamir Khan.
Known for original, thought-provoking stuff, usually.
Exactly. So doing a direct remake, even a well-intentioned one, sparks this debate. Does the social message lose some impact if the story feels borrowed?
And some are seeing it as a bit of a trend for him, right? Especially after Lal Singh Chadha, his remake of Forrest Gump.
That definitely fuels the conversation. It raises questions about, creative choices. And beyond the plot, some critics are also saying Aamir's performance feels maybe less like a completely new character and more like Aamir Khan, the star, playing a familiar kind of role.
Interesting. Like the persona is overshadowing the part.
Perhaps. It's less about repetition itself and more a critique of how a star known for transformation is perceived when he does something more, well, recognizable. I saw the Indian critic Rahul Desai found it too preachy, even while admitting it had emotional impact.
Ah, the preachy criticism. That's a common tightrope for social issue films, isn't it?
It is. Does the message start to feel pushed on you rather than emerging naturally from the story?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, do certain stars become so iconic that people start critiquing the familiarity itself?
That's a fascinating point. Still, despite those concerns, the reviews from major outlets like NDTV, Times of India, they seem to be averaging around 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, not bad. They consistently mention the acting, the compassionate story, the educational value.
Right. And box office. It opened, Around 17 to 19 crore globally first day, which is
Right.
like, what, 2 to 2.3 million US dollars?
Decent, but maybe not a blockbuster opening for a film with this kind of star power and buzz.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, what does it all mean for you, the potential viewer?
Well, I think Sitaare Zameen Par is definitely worth considering if you're looking for something feel good, something empathetic. It clearly has important messages and those heartfelt performances,
Yeah.
especially from the ensemble cast with disabilities. They really seem to be celebrated as the true heroes here.
Mhm.
But yeah, is groundbreaking originality or seeing Aamir Khan in a completely new light is your main goal, you might find it feels a touch too familiar, maybe a bit predictable, given its source material.
Which brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? When does a film's powerful social message and its emotional punch maybe outweigh concerns about a derivative plot?
Exactly. Is it enough for a film to do good, even if the story isn't entirely fresh?
Or does real impact need both? A profound message and an original way of telling it. Something for you to definitely mull over after this deep dive.